wrestle the semifinals.
Welcome to the 2008 IHSA AA State Championships. This is Mark Massery, and I'm here on the headset with Ed Giese to bring you the semifinals. And we are working the top half of the bracket. First up at 103 pounds, we have a freshman and a senior. Should be a good battle. We have Chris Williams, 40 wins, 3 losses. He's a freshman from Bethalto, up against the #1 seed, Max Nowry. He is 40-0, no losses this year. He is a senior, #1 ranked, and so far he's had his way in this tournament. He has not had a close bout.
Not only #1 ranked in the state, but ranked in the top 2 in the country.
Well, Eddie, Williams brings a lot to the table, but I just don't know if he's going to have enough horsepower to go with this senior who's pretty powerful on the mat.
He's an extremely experienced wrestler. He's been around for a long time. Plays, junior national champion. It's hard to overcome that kind of experience when you're a freshman, but this is a tough freshman he's competing against.
So what do you think? As a freshman, do you go right out after him, or do you just try to hold him off and weather the first period and try to get into the second period in a close score?
Well,
or you go after him? What do you think?
If it was my advice, I'd tell the youngster to go at him hard and let him know that he's not intimidated. That might bode well for him. But
so far, the deepest shots have been on the part of Nowry, and he comes up with the 2.
It's a nice single leg to a Bozzy guard.
We got 40 seconds left in this first period, and we've got our first points on the board. Well, I think the tone of the rest of this match is going to get set right now, and that is, can he come up and out from there?
Max is tough on top. He's tough on top. He scores a lot of points on the mat. He's doing a nice job of riding him right now. He gets that leg in. He's really good with the legs for a low guy.
Well, now let's ask the question the other way. You're Nowry and you're on top. Do you tell him to go after the fall, or do you tell him just to settle him down for these last 30 seconds? Oh well, we've got 10 seconds left now. Oh, he's going for the fall.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to be content just to let the time run out.
No, he'd like to get this match over with.
Red has a choice and takes down. I don't know. What do you think? Is that a good idea? Well, evidently it was, because Nowry just gave him the point.
Well, that's interesting, because Nowry is really tough on top, and at the end of the last period, he's pretty close to getting some exposure.
Yeah, I was going to say, with as much cranking as he was doing in just 40 seconds, I'm a little surprised to let him ride out.
Yeah. Well, it could be a big swell when you get.
Well, just as you and I are questioning it, there's a takedown and pretty darn close to some back points.
It's a beautiful fireman's carry. If you end up losing the control, they're going to go back to their feet. And Williams scores a point. Still only 4-2. I think Williams kind of got a little lucky there not to give up any other points. But
I agree. He got caught by surprise, but scrambled out of it.
That is a great scramble. He's a great young wrestler.
Where's he out of?
He's out of Bethalto.
Yes.
And
I didn't know if you were familiar with the kids club that he might have wrestled for.
No, I'm not, unfortunately.
There's another 2.
Great single leg shot. Max running him down. Oh, he got the point and cut him loose right away.
Well, some of the people in the stands, I think, are arguing a little bit about it, but the fact is Williams did put his hands down on the mat. He was carrying his weight. That's enough for the 2-point call.
Right. Anytime you've got weight on your hands, and they're going to score that.
Well, Ed, while we've got a little stop in the action here, let me introduce the fans to ourselves. I'm Mark Massery. I wrestled in this tournament a few times a few decades ago, and happened to win a couple. And Ed Giese, you won a couple too. And as I understand, unfortunately, you're telling me that you actually won them in your sophomore and junior year, and had a tough loss in your senior year.
That's correct, Mark. I had a 132-match win streak going into the quarterfinals of state in 1981, and was winning 8-2. Got a little high on the young man from Quincy, Illinois. Fell off the top, tried to shoot back in, got cradled and pinned.
Oh, man. Well, it makes a good story anyway. Did you say 130 what?
132.
And that record still stands today, does it not?
That's correct. Surprisingly, that was the one that I thought would go first.
I don't know that that's surprising. That's a lot of straight wins without any major mistakes. There's another 2 for Nowry. He's starting to really exert control over this match.
They're going to stop it again for blood time. It's a great fireman's carry. We should have gotten some back points on it as well. They're giving them 2 back points now.
Those back points make it 10-3. And we're halfway through this second period.
Nowry's a little too powerful for the youngster right now. We'll see if after this blood timeout, Williams can come back.
You know, it's interesting. You look up and down these weight classes, and there are more tough freshmen than ever. And a lot of these freshmen are mature physically beyond their years. I mean, they're just, they're getting into the training regime earlier. This freshman is no weakling, but he is 3 years younger, and it can make a difference.
It's a huge difference. I mean, when you've got an 18-year-old 103-pounder, Max is put together well. He's been wrestling for a long time. He's got unbelievable experience, and he's so mature. That's a tough package to beat.
Ed, I understand Max was talking about not going into college wrestling because the lowest weight class is 125 and starting to focus on his freestyle right away. Do you have any background on that?
Oh, yeah. Actually, he's a great Greco wrestler. He was a junior national Greco champion, and freestyle for that matter. But he's moving to Northern Michigan to the USOEC program, which is a college/Greco program in Michigan, and he'll be training full-time to be an Olympian.
USOEC. There's 1 second left in the second period, and Nowry is in complete control of this match so far. Sounds a little bit like your senior year, Eddie, in complete control of a match, and just needs to make sure he doesn't have that one mistake.
Exactly.
USOEC, U.S. Olympic Education.
Yeah, educational program. I'm really not. You kind of caught me off guard there. I'm not really sure what it stands for, but it's the United States Olympic Education Program.
The key word is there. He trains internationally while he goes to college.
Yeah, well, they've got a great Russian coach that trains those youngsters out there, and they've had some great kids come through that program, including Harry Lester, who's a world medalist this last year.
And Ed, as I understand, that's not just Greco out there, but there's also freestyle and women in that program.
Well, no, it's only women freestyle. There is no men's freestyle in Michigan.
Oh, okay. So it's men's Greco and women's freestyle.
That's correct.
Okay. Well, here we go. He's getting some more back points.
Well, it scores 15-3 now for Nowry. Nowry's doing a nice job of riding on top. Cut him loose for a 15-4 score.
Well, he's a 4-point move away from a tech fall, and he's just about there.
There it is, right there, as you say it. Nowry does a nice outside carry right to his back, and he's going to get the back points in the tech fall in the semifinals.
Well, this is at least a tech fall. If Williams can keep from getting pinned here, it will be a tech fall at the end of this move.
That's correct.
Dominating performance on Nowry's part. I don't think the win was unexpected by anybody. I'm not sure they would have expected a tech fall, but a great job by Nowry.
He's in top form today.
With 18 seconds left, the final score is 20-4 for Max Nowry. Is now 41-0 going into the finals.
Dustin Brown, Colombo Unity, match 6.
They're not getting information.
Hello, everybody, from the IHSA State Wrestling Tournament. I'm Mike Vest, joined alongside Thad Book. We're going to bring you the Class AA semifinal matches today, Thad. We're going to have Lots of great matches going on here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. This is what you come to wrestle for. You want to have a chance to get to the finals so that you're able to get in the Grand March and have a chance to be introduced in front of everyone with the lights off. It's got to be an unbelievable feeling.
Our first match of the day is going to be Ed Cooper of New Lenox Providence Catholic going up against Terry Murphy from Proviso East. Cooper from Providence in the green singlet. Murphy from Proviso East in the blue singlet. Both men in the center now.
Murphy got to the semifinals by winning his first round match against Austin Waliula from Hananiga 10-5, and then won a thriller against Cody Zimmerman from St. Rita 7-6. So he also has been well tested getting here to the semifinals.
It's going to be a push to the face. I think he might have got his eye.
I think you're
That's
right.
Murphy. Referee Roy Schneider gives a point to Ed Cooper, so he's leading 1-0 here with a minute left to go in the first period. So far, it seems like Cooper seems the aggressor. He's the one that's going after Murphy. Murphy's backing up a little bit.
It seems that way, but neither guy has really taken a very good shot yet. They both seem to be a little bit tentative, but now it's getting a little more racy out there.
Working the side of the mat, and they work back to the center now. 35 seconds left to go. 1-0 in favor of Providence Catholics, Ed Cooper. Like you mentioned, Cooper ranked second by Illinois Matmen. Murphy ranked 8th coming into the state series. Not a whole lot of action, a lot of dancing. It's 1-0. Cooper got the point for an illegal push to the face by Murphy.
Murphy, the senior here, and Cooper, the freshman. But
they're going to hit stalling for Cooper. I don't know if I'm going to agree with that, but that's the way the first period's going to end. 1-0 in favor of Cooper. Murphy's going to give him the escape right off the bat. So Cooper's ahead 2-0 now as we start the second period. New rule added this year, Thad. If your opponent chooses down and you want to go up to your feet, you can let the referee know you want to go neutral. So the referee will give you the 1 point for the escape, and you'll start on your feet.
I think that's a good rule addition this year to, I'm sure it saves time too towards the end of the matches. We've seen that a couple times where you're able to, if you take a guy down and you're looking to cut to get a takedown, you've seen how that's able to save some time so that you're able to get right back on your feet and try to get another takedown.
Cooper leading the second period, 2-0. We mentioned before, first point came via the illegal move by Murphy. Murphy comes in now in a body lock, but they go out of bounds. A minute 18 left to go. It'll be a false start by Murphy, who shot in right away. Murphy disagreed for a little bit. And it looks like we're going to get injury time. Back to wrestling here with a minute 15 left to go in the second period. And now we're going to have another injury timeout. Maybe. Murphy says he's gotten poked. Minute 14 left. 2-0 in favor of Ed Cooper of Providence Catholic over Terry Murphy of Proviso East. Both men locked up in the center of the circle. You mentioned earlier, it seems like Cooper was the aggressor, but right as Murphy comes around now, no points awarded yet. As Cooper backs out, he's got the whizzer in on the right side of Murphy with under a minute now left to go in the second period. Both men back up to their feet like we were talking about that. Cooper got hit for stalling right before the end of the first period, and we had mentioned that it seemed like Cooper was the aggressor the whole time.
Yeah, it was kind of, like we said, an interesting call at the time, but now it seems like it's changed a little bit. It seems like Murphy is certainly more the aggressor, but neither guys have done a whole heck of a lot. I mean, in the middle of the mat anyway, it seems like if someone gets something that's been on the edge of the mat, as Murphy takes a shot there in the middle, not a great one, but he's able to get out of there and get back to his feet.
It'll be Murphy's choice for the third period as we're 15 seconds left in the second. 2-0 in favor of Cooper. Cooper drops down now, tries to grab a leg, but backs right out. Both men still locked up. Another stalling on Cooper. That one I think I would have to agree with. He's just kind of hanging on to Murphy as the second period comes in. The score is 2-1. in favor of Cooper.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I think for the most part, that whole period, Murphy seemed to dictate the action. He didn't take a ton of great shots, but he was the one taking the shots. He was certainly the one that was on the attack in that whole second period.
Murphy drops down, and now Murphy tries to throw a headlock. Under 10 seconds, referee's going to stop it. Fix the headgear, 9 seconds left to go. Ed Cooper of Providence Catholic leads 4-3. Murphy now with a headlock tries to spin around with 4 seconds left to go. I don't think he's going to get anything. That's going to do it. So Edwin Cooper of New Lenox Providence Catholic is going to move on to the finals, where he'll meet either Chris Williams from Civic Memorial or Max Nowery of Wheeling at 103 pounds. And here we are with the 112-pound class, AA semifinal match. We'll have a senior from Chicago Mount Carmel, B.J. Futrell, going up against the sophomore from O'Fallon, Keith Serber. Futrell in right away. And maybe they just haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet. They'll call him out of bounds. They must have awarded the points, but it's not up on the scoreboard. So Futrell's ahead 2-0.
The ref seemed confused by it too. I don't believe he ever awarded
I
2
didn't
points.
see it.
I never saw it. Well, it's up there on the scoreboard now, so whether he awarded it or not, he gets the 2 points.
So Futrell optional starts him, lets Serber go. Thad, how did these two make it to the semifinal round here?
Well, Futrell, who's now 40-0, has really dominated. In fact, he's been on the mat almost 2 minutes total. His first match, he pinned Joe Schwartz of Highland Park in 51 seconds. And then in his quarterfinal match, he pinned Jed Lightfoot in 1:12. So he's been on the mat about a total of 2 minutes to this point. And as he gets another takedown, it's easy to see why. And as for Keith Serber from O'Fallon, he's now 43-1. And he's had a tougher road to the semifinals. He beat Eduardo Dominguez from Mundelein 11-4 in his first round match. And then beat Stephen Murphy of Chicago Heights Marion 5-3 in overtime. So a much tougher road to get here, but he's still here.
So it's 4-2 in the first period, 112-pound. Futrell of Mount Carmel ranked first all season. Wrestled a couple matches at 119 at the beginning of the season. As he takes Serber down, he leads 6-2 now with about 30 seconds left to go in the first period. Speaking of Serber, the sophomore is ranked second by Illinois Matmen. His only loss coming at 125 pounds very early in the season.
Yeah, Futrell really showing his speed here in the first period with his takedowns, and now it looks like he's just going to try to ride him out here and be able to take a 6-2 lead into the second period, but just unbelievably quick. He finishes everything. As soon as he gets in on the legs, he's moving on to the next step so that he's able to finish his move and get the takedown quickly.
So 6-2 with 13 seconds left to go in the first period. Futrell's gonna walk over, give his coach his contact. Futrell starts back up on top. Tries putting Serber to his back. Serber hangs on. Nice little scramble going here with about, well, that's gonna do it for the first period. 6-2 in favor of B.J. Futrell, the senior from Mount Carmel. It'll be his choice for the second, and he's gonna go down. Winner of this will get the top half of the bracket winner, and that'll be between Jamison Oster of Lockport and Stephen Robertson of Niles West. We're back underway action here. Referee will stop it for potentially dangerous as BJ stood right up. There's an article in the one of the Chicago papers earlier this season about Futrell, how he wants to be called Bernard from now on. But in the bracket here, he's listed as BJ, so I'm not sure.
Word must have not got all the way down to Champaign here, I suppose.
Six to 2 in favor of Futrell of Mount Carmel. over Keith Serber of O'Fallon.
Serber doing a good job here on top. He hasn't been able to really work anything as far as a pinning combination, but he's been able to keep Futrell on the mat, and it really seems that Futrell's strength is on his feet. He was good at riding Serber in the first period, but he wants to be on his feet, and that's where he scores his points from. And so if he's able to keep him flat here and kind of stem the tide a little bit, and I think that would be really big here, and maybe wear him out a little bit too.
Stalemate called. Action stops. Minute 2 left. I was just about ready to say BJ needs to be careful here. From our point, it looked like he was just kind of laying there, not doing much. But referee saw it other way and stopped it for a stalemate. Be a false start on Serber. Now the other referee comes in and stops it. Not sure exactly what's going on.
I think the officials table is confused as to who the caution was called on. So now they get confirmation from the head official.
Okay.
That's what I'm here for.
That works. 6-2 in favor of Futrell as he pops out right away. No points awarded yet. Serber hanging on. Futrell reaches around, now grabs an arm. I think the ref is waiting to see if Futrell's going to spin around and get the 2 before he awards him a 1. Nope, now he's going to award the 1 point. So it's 7-2 in favor of Futrell. Both men back on their feet with 35 seconds left to go. Lots of other action going on around Assembly Hall in the semifinal round. Got the 2 Class A mats. As Futrell comes in, I don't even know what that was. He just kind of caught him.
Just looked like an ankle pick there that took him right to his back. Is he going to give him back? I think he's going to give him 2 and 2 back points. So he's just unbelievably quick and once again scoring back points from his feet.
So second period comes in. It'll be Serber's choice. He'll go down to start the third. He's down 11-2 to the number 1 ranked kid in the state, BJ Futrell. Futrell shows the optional start. They let Serber go. Pushes him away, 11-3 now. Both men in the center. Serber kind of falls into Futrell. Futrell catches him a little. Wow, nice duck under, right back to his back, but Serber rolls out of it. 13-3 now. That was a beautiful duck under.
Oh, it was. That was gorgeous. I mean, he's showing his whole repertoire here. He had a great ankle pick in the second period. He had a great duck under here in the third. I mean, just very quick at being able to finish his moves and just really showing how he seems to be head and shoulders above the entire 112 weight class.
So minute 10 left to go in the semifinal match, Class AA. Looks like the winner's going to get Stephen Robertson from Niles West. That's what it looks like over there.
As Futrell gets another takedown here and opens up the lead even more now, 15-4 with less than a minute to go here in the third period.
Well, the close score at the beginning of the first period. I thought maybe it would set the tone a little bit with Serber slowing Futrell down, but definitely not the case now as Futrell has opened it ever since the second period.
No, that's absolutely right. I mean, he's certainly been the aggressor. He's been the one that's been able to get in on Serber and to be able to take him down, to be able to do what he wants to do in this match. And Serber's just had no chance to even really get involved in this match a whole lot. He's been on the defensive a lot, and Futrell really took advantage of that.
He leads 15-4 with 10 seconds left to go. At this point, it looks like he's going to move on to the finals of the 112 Class AA Championship. As the clock comes to an end, that's going to be it. So BJ Futrell will be your representative in the 112-pound championship match.
Next time, man number 4,
Well, Eddie, hey, we're back here at the IHSA AA semifinals, and we are at 112, and we talked just a few minutes ago about how the influx of really talented freshmen that we're getting these days over the last 5 and more years. Well, you know what? Here we are, the top bracket at 112. We've got Stephen Robertson. He's an undefeated freshman at 44-0 from Niles West, wrestling another freshman who's 42-3 from Lockport. So here we've got two really talented freshmen trying to make it to the finals. One of them will.
Yeah, these are two of the best freshmen in the state right now. Oster comes from a long line of brothers that wrestle for Lockport. His older brother Jake was a state champ a few years back.
And they gave the two. Robertson gets on the board first with a nice takedown. Oster's a long family history here, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. His older brother Jake was a state champ for Lockport a few years back. Looks like Robertson wanted to wrestle on his feet. Gave Oster the escape, and
well, Robertson had a heck of a match yesterday. He was not favored, although some people might have considered it a toss-up, but Robertson came into the state tournament ranked 10th, and he beat the number 4 ranked kid yesterday in overtime, Bukowski from Manuka. That was a terrifically hard-fought match. Wow.
Well, he's looking tough here. He's in on a second single leg, and it looks like he's going to get the takedown. Oster is a heck of a scrambler. He's a hard guy to wrestle. He can scramble with the best of them, and it looks like right now they're discussing whether or not they're going to give the points, and they did not. So it was a great job by Oster to get off the mat to keep him getting taken down.
Nice job. So Robertson came in ranked 10th, had to beat the number 4 man yesterday. Oster came in ranked 7th, or 6th, excuse me, beat the number 7th ranked man yesterday. So this, you got to figure this is kind of a toss-up match. Two freshmen, great records.
Well, it's amazing that Robertson was ranked as low as he was, considering he's undefeated coming into this tournament and wrestling in Niles. I mean, they have a good schedule and they wrestle tough teams. So
I tell you what's interesting. You mentioned Oster being a terrific scrambler, and Robertson, he has got to be 50% stronger than he looks, and he looks strong.
Oh yeah,
and he's got to be even stronger than he looks, because he was in some positions yesterday that he powered his way out of that I just didn't think he was going to be able to.
Well, you kind of hit it on the head before, Mark. I mean, these freshmen are so much more physical than we've ever seen. I mean, they're built better, and I don't know if it just comes from years of wrestling at a younger age, and or whether it's weight training.
Yeah, I was going to say they might be. Oh boy, there's locked hands there to Robertson's benefit, and an escape or a reversal, one of the two.
This could be a 3-point swing. Robertson's got at least one for the. Oh, they're going to give him the escape. It's going to make it 4-1 for Robertson.
Well, that's tough. Giving up an extra point with locked hands in what could be a tight match. That's a tough one for a coach over in the corner.
Well, I'm really impressed with Robertson's leg attacks. I mean, he's been in on some great single leg shots, and if it wasn't for Oster being able to scramble out of them, this score could be a lot worse than it is.
You're right. Robertson, he does a nice job of tying up hands and arms and then giving a quick little pop and dropping to a leg.
He's a really solid wrestler for a freshman. Working underhook now, hand fighting well. Oster's taken a lot of shots, but most of them have been kind of wild. So Robertson stays in great position.
Yeah, that's impressive, especially as you say for a freshman. Well, we're down to 1 minute left in the second period here. The score is still 4-1 in favor of Robertson. And Oster, what?
Nice single leg by Oster.
What a nice reaction.
Wow, that was a great
yet.
scramble
there it
by
is.
Robertson.
The weight's on the hands. There's the two. He cuts them loose. It looks to me like somebody scouted Oster and told Robertson, you don't go on the mat with him.
No, you don't want to wrestle with an Oster on the mat. I mean, Jamison is real dangerous on the mat. He showed yesterday when he was losing a match and ended up reversing the kid and pinning him. So.
Okay, so they did scout him, and he's Robertson's following the plan.
Yeah, he's
getting his 2, and he's not wasting any time cutting them loose.
He's doing a great job. I mean, I'm amazed at his scrambling ability. Oster was in on a great single leg, and Jamison ended up coming out of it on top. And it's amazing scrambling right now.
Now we'll see that power we're talking about. Can he come up with this or not? I haven't yet seen somebody that can clamp him there. Well, that's an awkward position. There we go. That's a good stalemate. Oh, no, that's not a stalemate. That is the end of the second period. With a score 6-2. Robertson comfortably in control at this point.
Okay. Well, we got Oster going down now, 6-2. He's going to look to try to get off the bottom and make something happen here in the third period.
Well, either Robertson's going to consider trying to ride him for a little bit, or he's going to let him loose in the sign of first trouble.
Well, I would think that he'd want to ride him a little loose here and not take a chance of getting reversed when he could give him 1 point.
You're right. It's exactly what he did. He stayed comfortably behind him. He wasn't about to put some pressure on him.
In on another
what a
great
deep shot. Oh man, there's a 2.
It's a beautiful single leg to a Bazigar, and he's coming up on top.
He is, you know what? He's wrestled not only tough but really smart. He has stayed within himself this entire match. He's never exposed himself to a dangerous situation.
Oh, he's a great, solid wrestler. I am really impressed with the freshman's technique, his position, everything about him is unbelievable.
Any idea what age he started wrestling? Either one of these 2 freshmen.
Well, I know Jamison's been wrestling for a long time. He's probably started wrestling when he was about 5 or 6, and even before that, he had to wrestle having 2 older brothers that both were wrestlers.
Well, actually, you make a good point. Some of that, and I know Robertson has an older brother too, some of that is just survival dealing with the big brothers. Yeah. You can get pretty tough just trying to stay alive.
Well, it could be fathers too now, you know.
Well, you got a good point. Yeah. Well, we're down to 35 seconds left in this match, and all Robertson needs to do is just wrestle conservatively. He needs to take no chances, comfortably control 8-3.
Oh, he's really doing a great job of controlling Oster on top. He's got an arm bar in. He's trying to walk it around to the front to try to possibly get some back points. Looks like he's going to be content to keep him in that position and waste a little time and go to the finals. Another freshman in the finals, Mark.
Man, it's impressive, and he's getting some back points to boot.
Wow.
He's going to wind up with a major decision here. Wow. 11-3, a major decision for the freshman Stephen Robertson from Niles West, going into the finals with a record of 45-0.
Well, that's for a 10th ranked individual. I tell you what, he wrestled way above his expectations. I mean, this kid is unbelievable. I'm very impressed with the way he wrestled.
All right, Thad, here we go with the 119 Class AA semifinal match. We're going to have the senior from Wheaton North, Nate Fitzenrider, going up against the junior from Sandburg, John Morrison.
Should be a great match here, Mike. These are the first and second ranked wrestlers on Illinois Matman, with Morrison being ranked number 1 and Fitzenrider ranked number 2.
Both men locked up now at the beginning of the first period. The winner of this will move on to see the winner of the top half of the bracket between Ryan Jouch of Crystal Lake Central and Justin Farmer of Lincoln Way Central.
Morrison 41-0 on the year. Won his first round match against Jeff Stralka from Caneland 11-3, and then won his quarterfinal match against James Crone from Jerseyville 17-4. Nate Fitzenrider, on the other hand, had a closer match in the semifinals, beating Joe Roth of Dixon 7-6 and winning in his first round match by injury to fault.
Of course, Morrison, the runner-up last year at 103 pounds, to the wrestler that we just saw before this match at 112, BJ Futrell. Under a minute left to go. No score, 0-0. We mentioned before, Fitzenrider ranked second by Illinois Matmen. couple earlier losses this year to Ramos of Glenbard North. He's already wrestled Morrison. Lost to him in a close match, 4-3. And he also lost to a wrestler by the name of Brennan earlier in the season at 125 pounds. So if it's any indication of that first meeting that they had, a score of 4-3, this one might be a close one as well.
I would imagine it is, at least looking at how tentative they are at the start here. Neither of them has taken a real good shot yet. Both of them, having wrestled each other before, probably know what to expect from each other and still kind of trying to feel things out here in the first period, as we have about 11 seconds left here in the period number 1.
Morrison, coached by former coach of the year, Mike Poles, who I think I've heard that he is going to be retiring after this season. Be following his 2 sons down here at the University of Illinois. I think I heard Eric Sievert will be the one taking over the reins up at Sandburg, the reigning state champs, three-peaters. So second period gets underway. Morrison was down and he came out. He gets the escape point. He leads 1-0 over Nate Fitzenrider of Wheaton North. Not a whole lot of action. Both men just kind of tied up, down on their knees. Morrison stands up now. Fitzenrider attempted a shot, but Morrison blocked him from it. Both men will work back to the center. Minute 15 left to go in the second period. 119-pound Class AA semifinal match. Still 1-0 in favor of John Morrison here in our semifinal match. As he shoots in now, takes down Fitzenrider, gets the 2 points. He leads 3-0 now. That double leg just kind of came out of nowhere. I think it kind of shocked Fitzenrider.
Yeah, it really did. It was a great shot. He was in there quick and he was able to finish it off quickly, and that's what you need to do. You can't really sit under there against someone good like Fitzenrider. You're going to have to finish it in a hurry, and that's exactly what he did. He did a good job clearing Fitzenrider's arms quickly and getting in there and finishing the job. A fantastic takedown there. That's pretty good technique. If you're a coach and you're sitting with your wrestlers in the stands, that's a takedown you'd want to show them.
So 10 seconds left to go. Morrison of Sandburg leads 3-0. Morrison on top, working the leg. Second period comes to an end. Fitzenrider's choice, he'll go down as he's down by 3. Morrison covers. 2 minutes away from finding out who will be in the finals at 119 pounds.
Fitzenrider really needs to get out here early in the third period, so he's got some time to be able to work a takedown to try to tie this match. If Morrison's able to ride him for a while, first of all, that'll wear him down a bit as he tries to get out, but also he's gonna run out of time here, so he's got to hurry up and get out of here to try to work the tying takedown.
So Morrison on top, 3-0. Minute 15 left to go. Fitzenrider tries to sit out, comes up to his knees. Morrison takes him back down to his base.
Morrison doing a good job keeping pressure on him here, really not giving him any space to attempt to get out here, and now he breaks him down flat. He's doing a fantastic job as a minute's gone by now here in the third period. And just as I say that, he gets warned for stalling, so I guess the ref wasn't thinking he was doing as good of a job as I thought.
So under a minute left to go. 3-0 in favor of John Morrison, the junior. We have to try to work something here. He said he's been hit for stalling now. Under 20 seconds left to go. We mentioned earlier, Morrison will face the winner of the top side of the bracket, Ryan Jouch, the senior from Crystal Lake Central, and or Justin Farmer from Lincoln Way Central, the junior.
Morrison did a fantastic job. He's going to ride him out the whole third period. What a fantastic job of really keeping the pressure on him the whole third period. Just would not let Fitzenreiter back in the match. Very impressive.
So your 119-pound Class AA semifinal match winner, John Morrison of Sandburg.
We're back at the IHSA AA Semifinals 2008 vintage, and we have Ryan Josh. He's a senior from Crystal Lake Central, coming in with a record of 40-1, and he is meeting Justin Farmer, a junior, with a record of 38-6 from Lincoln Way Central.
Yauk was in on a nice single leg, and they're in a pretty good scramble. Farmer is a great scrambler in his own right, and they're just fighting for position right now, and basically whoever gets their head up above the others is going to win this position, but it looks like it's going to end up in a stalemate here.
That's the general key to that scramble, the position.
It looks like we got Yauk up on top, but Farmer coming out of the back, and nothing. That was a nice scramble right there. Both guys did an excellent job of fighting through that. Yauk was in on a nice single leg, and Farmer found a way to get out and came pretty close to scoring himself.
Well, Yauk in the white singlet comes in ranked 3rd. Farmer in the black singlet comes in ranked 7th. So, you know, Yauk, clearly Yauk would be a slight favorite here, but they're both close enough in rank that you just never know at this level because anything could happen. Oh, well, he got in deep.
Another nice shot, and look at Farmer's coming back through the legs.
Farmer did a good job of getting to that ankle before Yauk could get him circled around to the backside.
Well, it ended up in a stalemate, but Yauk's been in on 2 real deep shots, and Farmer's found a way to stay out of trouble. So
we got 30 seconds left in this first period.
Oh, another nice shot. Yauk's trying to come up through the backside and score here, but Farmer's been doing a pretty good job of scrambling so far. I was
going to say Farmer's got that arm trapped in a body lock, and I think both wrestlers are usually content to let that stalemate happen there. We've got 12 seconds left in this first period. A lot of good scrambling. Yauk making the majority of the shots. Good scrambling good countering on Farmer's part.
Yeah. Yauk ended on another shot, surprisingly with such short time left, but looking to try to score this period. 4 good shots by Yauk, and Farmer's done a great job of countering all of them. So
Yauk gets his choice, and he defers for the second period, so Farmer will take his choice and go down to start the second period scoreless. Well, after our onslaught of freshmen in these first two matches, we've got a senior and a junior here, and there's a 1 point for Farmer.
Farmer did a nice job of coming out. And Yauk looks like he's a little more comfortable wrestling on his feet at this point. Didn't try to keep him down all that hard. I think he was pretty content to let him go.
Well, Farmer's going to have to be careful because he hasn't made any deep shots yet, and at some point the refs are going to start looking at stalling calls.
You get on enough shots, eventually you're going to score too. I mean, I'm impressed with Yauk's
I tell you
intensity.
What's tough for Farmer is while he hasn't taken very many shots yet, the problem is that Yauk has taken his shots from out. So Farmer, you know, if your shots are from in tight, and the other guy keeps shooting from out, you never have a chance to get any of your shots off, and it makes you look bad. Even if you're not trying to stall, you're not getting any shots off.
Yeah, I mean, if Yauk continues to shoot, they're going to have to call Farmer for stalling. But there he is with an attempt on a fireman's carry or a high crotch, and Yauk's doing a nice job of defending it in a front headlock, looking to try to go behind and score.
Yeah, this is a tough contrast in styles for Farmer, because clearly he doesn't want to be taking shots from too far out, and Yauk is happy to be doing that. And just the way the matchups work, it makes you look bad because you're not in a position to take your shots.
Oh, I mean, Yauk has been taking some great shots, and this Farmer's been fighting all of them off. I mean, we're talking 5, 6, great defensive struggles here. I mean,
that was a nice shot, got the leg. But now we'll see who could. Now it's Yauk's turn to scramble. We'll see what happens here.
Yauk's got a great whizzer in right now. He's fighting it off. It looks like he might be able to keep from getting taken down in this position himself.
Well, I tell you what, with as many deep shots as we've seen, I would not have expected this match to go almost 2 periods without a takedown.
It's quite the defensive struggle right now. Both of these guys have got real solid defense and great technique.
We're down to 15 seconds left in the second period, and all we have to show for it is a lot of action and 1 point.
Well, it's going to come down to one takedown, whether it's in this period or the next. I mean, I would imagine that, Yauk takes a bad shot. He's in a little bit of trouble, but there's short time left on the clock.
Here we go into the third period. It's Yauk's choice, assuming he will go down, and he does. So, do we know? Can Farmer ride? We're going to find out here in about 5 seconds. Farmer can ride out to win a spot in the finals. If Yauk escapes, then you're right. It comes down to a takedown.
Well, it looks like that's what Farmer's looking to try to do. Try to ride him out for the win, which is going to be tough.
That's a second caution. At least I think the first caution. I think the first caution was on top, and I think that second caution was on bottom. We'll find out if another one happens.
Looked like the referee said green jumped the second time, so. Farmer's doing a nice job of spiral riding and keeping Yauk down, but Yauk's starting to try to get up to his feet now. Not a whole lot happening here, and the referees are going to let it go out of bounds.
Got a minute 40. We've got 20 seconds gone in this period. We have a minute 40 left, and Yauk has got to get an escape.
Well, there's another caution.
There's a caution on red. Now, what we're not sure is whether or not that's the first or possibly the second caution on red.
Mark, I believe it's the second caution on red, and the next one will be a point. He's got to be real careful on these starts for the next minute 38. Oh, in on a nice... Almost got a reversal here by Yauk.
With Farmer's ability to scramble, he's going to try and make a stalemate out of this. He is not going to give this up easy, because I think he sees a chance to ride for a trip to the finals.
Wow. They called that a stalemate and no change. It almost looked like Yauk was out. Didn't look like there was a lot of control, but Farmer had that leg, and they called it a stalemate, and Yauk is still down. With a minute 12 left, he's got to start getting something going here if he wants to escape.
I tell you what, Farmer is just married to that. He is married to those underarms right now.
Oh, he's doing a nice job with that spiral ride. He's getting a little high right now. Yauk's trying to come out the back door, but the Farmer is tough on top. He's keeping a lot of pressure on Yauk's head and making it real tough for,
wow. Oh, man.
Right to his back.
He turned him. Wow. Did not see that coming. Not only is he riding him out for the win, he's getting some back points.
He was running that deep half, and Yauk needed to come out, and he got himself put right to his own back.
He did have it tight. Oh, man, and he's flat.
And there it is.
Flat. Wow, what a turn of events with 27 seconds left in the match. Nobody saw that coming.
Semifinal bout, double A, Kyle Williams, Buddha,
All right, guys, whenever you're ready.
led by North, and double A, Kyle Williams, Buddha,
Bill, you're on top of this commentating stuff too, by the way.
Well, here we are. We're back at the state semifinals, 2008 IHSA state semifinals, and we have a match here with a senior and a freshman. We've been talking so far about freshmen in these semifinals. Here we've got another one. Malik Taylor from Brother Rice in the maroon uniform, a freshman coming in with a record of 29-3 to this semifinal bout. He's got his work cut out for him, though. He's got Izzy Montemayor from Grant High School. He's a senior at 39-3. He's the number 4 ranked wrestler coming into this tournament, and he knocked off the number 2 ranked wrestler yesterday night in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, he looked really good in the quarterfinals. He's got really good leg attacks. He's constantly shooting, and you can see it right there with a nice high crotch switching off to a double and ends up getting his first takedown.
Well, I tell you, the thing that Izzy brings to the table, and it turned out to be the difference in that match last night against the number 2 ranked wrestler, he brings not only power but quickness with the power, and that's a heck of a combination. I mean, obviously he's experienced, but when you're strong and quick, that's a tough combo.
Yeah, he's got a total package. He's a great wrestler. He's got some really nice leg attacks, and he showed them last night and just showed them right there.
I can't swear to this, Ed, but someone mentioned to me yesterday that Malik Taylor, having made the semis, can place no worse than 6th, that he is the first all-state wrestler from Brother Rice High School in their school history.
Yeah, I was talking to Bill Wick prior to the semifinals, and that's what Bill said. He said Mike Manganiello was the first state champ he ever had when he was at Mount Carmel, and when he moved over to Brother Rice, Malik will be his first state place winner. Looks like they're going to start back up on their feet.
Ed, have you heard anything as to what Izzy Montemayor's plans are for next year?
I have not heard anything. I'm not sure. I don't think he's made any commitment as of right now. I think that if he makes it to the finals in this tournament, it's going to help his the recruiting process. They're going to have a lot of guys that are going to
put him on the map a little more, for sure. Yeah.
Well, he's a tough wrestler, and I certainly would recruit him if I was a college coach. And I think you're going to see a lot of college coaches knocking on his door after this tournament.
Yeah, besides we mentioned being quick and strong, he's got really, really solid technique, and that's a great foundation to start your college career with. This is one of the weight classes where things were kind of nicely spread out.
Well, Mark, as you know, the Illinois State Tournament is an unseeded tournament. You know, it just based on wherever your sectional is where you're going to be placed in the bracket. So unfortunately, we tend to have some of our better matchups earlier in the tournament and not necessarily always in the finals. But, you know, there's an argument for both ways, and, you know, I would prefer to see the best matches in the finals, but it makes for an exciting semifinals like we have today.
I was going to say, the good news to that is, A, you don't have coaches arguing for decades or with each other the way coaches can as to where their kids should be seated.
Yeah.
That kind of takes that out of it, but you're right, you get some great matchups in the quarters and in the semis that you might not otherwise see. So as far as excitement through the course of the tournament, it's pretty good for that. I don't know who that is in this particular match, but in general, that's what happens.
Well, the way that scramble just came down, it looks like neither of them got a small gas tank. I mean, they're going pretty hard out here. Montemayor with a 5-1 lead, and Taylor's doing a nice job of wrestling a much older and stronger competitor. Let's see if he can get some scoring going here on his feet. Yep.
Well, with a minute and a half left in the second period, and a 5-1 lead in favor of Montemayor in the red, we've got another blood timeout. It was, in fact, the guys I felt the worst for were the guys who had been called on deck for that match.
Yeah, it's a tough proposition having to I mean, you're nervous to begin with, and then you're standing behind the mat, and then it goes on for 20 minutes past what it should.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
hard to control your emotions.
It's hard enough on the competitors. I think it's even worse on those guys that are on deck and can't do anything until they get out there. Well, Montemayor is doing a nice job of getting in there, and Taylor's doing an equally nice job of battling them off.
Well, you see Taylor in on a nice shot. Montemayor defended it, and then he took a nice shot of his own, and Taylor defended it. So these guys are going at it pretty hard. This freshman from Brother Rice.
That was beautiful. They called no points. Wow, that was real close. Montemayor did a great job. He had the 2-on-1, what we might call a Russian tie, and he popped them forward really nicely with that.
Nice snap down, go behind with that 2-on-1, but he didn't score on the edge of the mat. Looks like we got another timeout here for blood. Fortunately, these guys are scrambling so hard it keeps knocking the gauze out. So hopefully they can control it throughout the match. They've only got about 40 seconds left in this period. So doing a nice job of fighting on their feet, looking for position.
Well, at this point, Montemayor, his persona, his wrestling persona, they just warned the Brother Rice wrestler for stalling. Montemayor's been going forward so much that it's not his style to take it easy and nurse this lead. But he can put himself in a position where he doesn't have to take any crazy chances. But they just warned the Brother Rice wrestler.
Montemayor being an upperclassman and being a senior, and Taylor being a freshman, obviously there's a little bit of a strength difference, and Montemayor is using it well in this match. He's got some underhooks right now, and he's just moving forward. You know, not taking any chances, but Taylor is having a real trouble trying to break that defense.
I was going to say, if Taylor has some upper body throws, soon would be a good time to use them.
But Taylor's going to have to do something quick if he wants to win this match and get to the finals. He's going to start on bottom, and Montemayor is going to take a 5-1 lead in the third period.
I think they're taking a fresh start from a whistle on another match, set them off early. All right. Can our freshman come out from underneath?
Montemayor is looking pretty tough on top.
Well, we saw a surprising turn of event in the last match from the top position. We'll see what happens here.
That's correct. Well, here comes Taylor trying to come out. Montemayor is looking to try to cradle him from the inside. Doing a nice job of riding the freshman. Got wrist control now, and he's trying to break him down.
Well, they both come into this match with a bunch of wins and 3 losses apiece. So from that standpoint, they've both had terrific years.
It's nice to see a lot of the old timers, you know, from back in the 70s, whose kids now are amazing wrestlers.
It is fun.
Yeah.
In fact, even at the national level, you see it at the NCAAs. You see wrestlers from our era with kids doing great in high school and in college.
Well, it looks like that for some, they started back up on their feet. It's a 5-2 match right now, and Montemayor was back in on a nice shot. They went out of bounds, and there's a minute left.
Match 6, overtime, match 6.
Well, at this point, you have to figure that maybe the blood timeout benefits Brother Rice a little bit. Montemayor is the bigger, stronger, more physical, older wrestler, and and they just hit Brother Rice again for stalling. He's been backing up a little bit too much. You know, Montemayor has been using that 2-on-1 really effectively, and it's had Brother Rice backing up a little too much, and they just hit him, which gives Montemayor another point.
Well, here comes Taylor looking to try to lock something up. He's going to look for a throw. He's got a little time left, 30 seconds left to try to score at least 4 points to tie this match up.
Well, he needs to turn about another 90 degrees before he throws that.
Well, unfortunately, they stalemated it, and they're going to go back to their feet with 24 seconds left on the clock.
I was going to say, at this point, all Izzy has to do is keep his elbows buried in his ribs so that he can't get thrown.
Well, he's in on another nice high crotch, and he's just finished it for the takedown. And he's looking to get back.
He stunned him. He stunned him when he put him down with that double.
And
And there's the fall with 8 seconds left. He was absolutely stunned on that landing.
Wow, it's a great high crotch to a double leg and put him down pretty hard and right to his back. And Izzy Montemayor, senior from Grant High School, will go on to the finals. And
here we are with the 125-pound Class AA semifinal match. We got the bottom half of the bracket again. Thad will have the junior from Carroll Stream, Glenbar North, Tony Ramos, going up against the senior from Providence Catholic, Mark Ogle.
Tony Ramos is now 37-1. He got here by beating Brad Gopinski of LaSalle, Peru in the first round, 15-3. He beat Chris Dardans of Fenwick 7-2 in the quarterfinals. As for Mark Ogle from Providence Catholic, he beat Kevin Fonta from Lake Zurich 13-4 in the first round match and beat Daryl Thomas of Edwardsville 9-6 in his quarterfinal round match. Ramos is ranked first by Illinois Matmen at 125 pounds, and Mark Ogle is ranked fifth by Illinois Matmen at 125 pounds.
So both men here at the center, locked up. Ramos looks like he has the control here. Ramos' one loss in the year came to Montini's Benny Marty by a score of 8-4. Working the edge of the mat here. I got the clock in the way, Thad. I can't see if anything happens.
Now you got the ref in your way too.
I can never win. Under a minute now left to go. No score. Ramos and Ogle. They'll meet the winner of the top half of the bracket at 125 between Malik Taylor of Brother Rice and Izzy Montemayor of Grant.
Ref decides to restart action. Not a whole lot going on there on the edge of the mat, and they were over there for quite a while, probably about 30 seconds or so. So we come back to the center and restart things here. Neither guy's really taking a shot here. They both locked up and kind of danced around the first period, both still trying to feel each other out a little bit. No points scored as of this point.
About 10 seconds left to go now. That's going to do it for the first period. No score. Tony Ramos of Glenbard North and Mark Ogle of Providence. Referee Roy Snyder. I'm sorry. It's not Roy. Mike Herkes, rather. You know, he's from our area of the state, so you think I would know him.
It's okay. We'll give you a mulligan on that.
Thanks. So Ogle will start down to start the second. So he comes up to his legs. Ramos put both legs in. Probably looking for a stalemate here. There's not a whole lot is going on. Ramos thought he might have been in trouble, so he just kind of scooted away. So Ogle will get the first point of the match. He leads 1-0 now.
Watching Ramos wrestle early in their tournament, he's being a lot more tentative here in the semifinals. Maybe he knows something about Ogle, but he in his first couple matches he certainly looked more aggressive, and at this point he's not doing a whole heck of a lot, but neither is Ogle. I mean, both wrestlers are just kind of half-heartedly trying shots on the edge of the mat, but still nothing.
And it looks of it does not look like these two have met up earlier in the season. But here they are in the semifinal matches at state at 125 pounds. 1-0 in favor of Ogle of Providence. 30 seconds left to go now. Definitely, like you just talking about that. I'm not seeing the aggressiveness out of Ramos like we're used to out of the Ramos brothers.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, usually you see the quick explosive burst, but it doesn't seem that that's the case here. I don't know if he watched Ogle wrestle earlier in the tournament and and saw something that scared him or what, but he really hasn't had a good shot so far in the first 2 periods, as now it's through the second period.
So second period comes to end. Mark Ogle leads 1-0. Ramos looks over to his coaches. He'll take the down position to start the third. Be a false start on Ogle. You usually don't see a lot of the caution starts from the top position. In the last couple of matches, we've seen them both from the top position. So
no, you're right. It seems like the guy on bottom's the guy that's jumping the start, trying to guess when the whistle will be blown so we can get a jump out of there. But you're right. You don't see the top guy cautioned all that often.
So Ramos gets out, ties the match score up 1-1. 1:40 left to go in the third period. Ramos gets in on a leg, but they step out of bounds, so they'll bring it back to the center.
That was a pretty good shot there, but the unfortunate thing was they're right on the edge of the mat. If he can do that in the center, he'll be in business, but he can't continue to do that on the edge of the mat, and I think that's where Ogle probably wants to wrestle, is on the edge of the mat, and hope that he can try to find a takedown out there, or hopes that Ramos makes a mistake.
Ogle tries to shoot in. Ramos kind of pushed him by, but they both lock up. Both kind of looks like they caught each other on that. A minute now left to go. Score tied at 1.
Good idea there by Ogle, trying to go low on the ankle, but Ramos too quick there and not able to get in. But he seems to be a lot more aggressive here in the third period. He's the one that's taking the shots, with the exception of Ramos is on the edge, but he just hasn't been able to get a good shot yet.
Ogle might be careful here. He looks like he was backing up a lot.
Once again on the edge of the mat there, Ramos has got in on the leg, and he's got in pretty deep, but Ogle's in a position he likes. He's right on the edge there, and in fact the ref calls a stalemate, so they'll go back to the middle.
So 25 seconds left to go in the match. Nobody's been warned for stalling yet. Score tied 1-1. Again, it kind of looks like Ogle is being cautious, but he better be careful here. The ref is taking note of this.
Yeah, there's no question about it. He certainly wants to, it seems like towards the end of the match here, to wrestle kind of on the edge of the mat. You know, if he's able to get a shot, that's fine. If Ramos gets a good shot, he's towards the edge where he can maybe get off the mat. So I think you're right, Mike. I think he's certainly being a little more tentative here.
So that's going to do it for regulation. They'll throw a minute up on the clock. We'll go into overtime at 125-pound semifinal match. First point scored in this minute will decide the winner, whether it's a takedown, stalling call, or an illegal move.
Still not a whole lot of action here. Both guys are faking like they're going to shot, but neither of them are taking that shot. So still just locked up in the center there, and no big time action as far as any great shots yet. In fact, I don't know that we've seen a great shot in this match. I mean, Ramos kind of had one on the edge of the mat, but it wasn't that great. He tries a decent one there and is able to kind of get out of it, and Ogle's able to push him off the mat.
So 15 seconds left to go in the first overtime period, which is a minute long. We'll explain the rest of it if nothing happens here as it moves along, which I think we might see. Ogle kind of has Ramos locked up now, nothing going on. Referee's just going to let it go to the end. So the first minute comes to an end in overtime. The second overtime is going to be decided by a coin flip, which is going to go to Ogle. He'll look to his coaches. He's going to choose down. So we're going to get 2 30-second periods no matter what, whether how many scores there are. The only thing that's going to stop this point of the match is if there's a pinfall. Again, caution from the top. So both men have been warned now for a caution.
This is the one time where you could see a caution from the top, you know, in double overtime when you're looking to ride here and you're looking to put the clamps down and make sure that he isn't able to get out of there.
So Ogle comes up to his feet. Ramos hanging on to a leg with 10 seconds left to go. They'll call a stalemate. usually see the stalemate called a lot quicker in the overtime periods.
You certainly do. I mean, refs in regulation will wait quite a bit longer, but they realize that it's a 30-second quick burst here, and Ramos drops down to the ankle again.
So there's going to be a stalling hit on Ramos as he was just hanging on to the ankle, and that's going to be the end of the period. So we'll have another 30-second period. It'll be Ramos' choice. He'll choose down.
Wow, and it looks like Ogle is going to just let him up to start the third. He realizes that he's not going to be able to ride him, so he's going to start the 30 seconds on his feet. So there's where the new rule comes in again.
Ogle's going to have to play it confidently now. Thinking that maybe he can get the takedown. Oh, the spladle. Ramos gets out of it. Wow. No points awarded. 5 seconds left to go. Ramos is ahead 2-1. What's going to be called? Nothing. So Tony Ramos. Interesting scramble there. Here we go with 130-pound semifinal match at Class AA. We'll have a senior from Mascatu, Kyle Williams. I can never say that, so you're going to have to correct me, I'm sure. Mascuda, there we go.
I believe that's an annual thing that you do.
Every year. I don't do it on purpose, I promise. He'll be going up against the junior from Glenbard North, Jimmy Chase.
Jimmy Chase is 11-0. He had a knee injury that's put him out most of the year. I believe he's only been able to wrestle in conference, regionals, sectionals, and now the state tournament. So he's only wrestled in 11 matches, this being his 12th. He got here by beating Lyle Schallenberger of Muhammad Seymour 12-8 in the first round, and beat Matt Holmes from Lake Villa 8-1 in the quarterfinals. Kyle Williams from Mascouda, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Beat Andrew Zobak of Canton 11-10 in overtime, and I remember that match. It was a fantastic match, back and forth. And in the quarterfinals, he beat Kyle Logston of Rockford East 11-2.
Interesting action so far as Williams picked Chase up and brought him hard down to the mat. No points were awarded, though, as there was no controls. Chase kind of bounced out of it.
We have blood time here for Williams. Chase is ranked 3rd by Illinois Mat Men at 130 pounds. Chase finished 4th at 119 last year. And Kyle Williams finished 4th right here at 130 pounds last year. So both of them were place winners last year, and one of them will be able to at least get to the finals and have a chance at winning the state championship at 130 pounds.
Williams bounces up on his feet, gets the escape, scores 2-1. In favor of Jimmy Chase, the junior from Glenbard North. Coached by longtime coach over at Glenbard, Mark Hahn. So Williams down on his legs. First period comes to end. It'll go to Chase. He'll take neutral. He's up by a point, 2-1. Not sure exactly what happened. It looks like Jimmy might have shot in there, and he comes around now. Williams bounces back up to his feet, but Chase picks him right up on the edge here, takes him back down to the mat with authority.
Very impressive there by Chase. Looks like he tried a Japanese whizzer of sorts. I believe that's what that move's called, and was able to kind of get behind him and being able to pick him up and bring him down on the mat. It looked like Williams was really trying to get by the edge there so that he wasn't able to finish it on the mat, but Chase able to finish it on the mat again, and showing why he picked neutral here in the second period, because he's been very impressive on his feet so far. There's some disadvantages of it. You're right. I mean, he doesn't have the bumps and bangs and bruises that that a lot of the other wrestlers have, having wrestled 20 to 30 more matches than he has. But at the same time, they've been wrestling all year, and they've been in the room all year, and I think that can be an advantage to be in wrestling shape and at this point in the season.
So we're back to action here with 1:30 left to go in the second period. Jimmy Chase of Glenbard North up 4-2. As Williams now catches Chase, exposes back, but he only got one count away, so there'll be no back points. But the score is tied now, 4-4, with the takedown by Kyle Williams.
Another one count there.
Looked like Williams trying to do some freestyling move there.
He would have scored two there.
Yes,
he
he
exposed his
would've.
back. However, we're wrestling folk style here, so that's not the case.
Under a minute left to go in the second period. Score tied at 4. 130-pound Class AA semifinal match.
A couple of real good scrambles there. It looked like Chase was in a lot of trouble there, but he was able to fight out of the back points there. But Williams has showed that he's going to be in this match. Nascuda.
Thank you.
Although I love hearing you say it.
Nope. I'm done saying it. Chase tries standing up to his feet with 35 seconds left to go. Williams brings him back down to the mat. Chase does a tuck roll towards this edge, and they go out of bounds. They'll bring it back to the center with Chase still on the bottom position.
Oh, it looks like we have more blood. I see some on the back of Jimmy Chase's back there. And this would be really big if he's able to get an escape here at the end of the second period. That would be big. Not only would he have the lead going into the third period, but it would be big for momentum too in this match.
Chase stands up to his feet. Williams comes from behind and picks him up, brings him back down to the mat. But Chase, in the scramble, catches Williams in a headlock. No points awarded yet. Chase comes up to his feet now. He gets the point for the escape, 5-4, under 10 seconds left to go in the second period. What a scramble.
Wow, another one. I mean, this second period's been full of them. There's been some great scrambles. We've seen 3 of them that have been amazing. It really looked like Chase was going to have him in a headlock there, and Williams was able to get out of it and only give up the escape. So a fantastic move on his part to get out of it. A fantastic move by Chase to get him in that position.
So we'll start the third period. Williams chooses down. Before Chase covers, he lets the ref know he wants to let him go. So we're right away tied again, 5-5, third period. Nice move. Chase comes around almost like a duck under and takes him down. Then he's going to let him back up. I think Chase is, at this point, might be in control of the match.
Yeah, that was a fantastic move. Had him in a front headlock there and was bringing him around and was able to throw him by, use his momentum against him to pick up the 2 points there. A fantastic move there, and he definitely wants to wrestle on his feet, like you said. That's where he wants to control the match from his feet, and he's very comfortable there, as it's shown. He hasn't wanted to wrestle any of the match on the mat, and even though he seems to be comfortable there too, as he showed by all the scrambles.
7-6 now as he catches Williams in a headlock. Williams tries to roll out of it, but Chase comes out on top, and he gets another 2 points. 9-6 with 1:05 left to go in this 130-pound semifinal match.
Man, very impressive. That was a fantastic move that he was able to pull off there.
So under a minute left to go. 9-7 in favor of Jimmy Chase. Williams tries to, look like he might be trying to throw him here in some desperation moves.
Yeah, Williams seems very comfortable up there, and Chase isn't going away from it, so it looks like he's not that uncomfortable up there either, although he gets called for stalling there.
Almost throws him. Chase kept his balance, so it looked like. He still got him locked up, though, in a throwing position. Chase better be careful here. He's going to have to try something. And he catches Williams as Williams tries to throw him, and now he's on his back. So he's got the 2 points for the takedown, and he's scoring back points as time comes to an end. Jimmy Chase from Glenbard North is going to move on to the finals at 130 pounds.
We're back at the 130-pound weight class of the Class AA semifinals, and we have Mark Marjanovic. He's a junior from Marion in the black and white uniform, and we have Gregerson, who is a freshman, another freshman in these semifinals in the white uniform from Montini. Oh, and boy, we got a scramble already.
Yep, no score yet. Gregerson's looking to try to come behind after fighting off that shot. They'll go back to their feet.
This match is a toss-up. Marjanovic from Marion, he comes in, he's the junior, he's 26-1, comes in ranked 5th. And Gregerson, the freshman from Montini, is ranked 7th. So this has to be one of those complete toss-ups. They're so closely ranked. Both coming in with terrific records. Again, Montini in the white is the freshman.
Yeah, they're both real solid wrestlers. Both have nice leg attacks. Marjanovic in on a shot and looking to get a takedown here, but Gregerson did a nice job of fighting it off and getting in on his own shot.
What a scramble. What a great scramble from there.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've seen some great scrambling in the semifinals so far, Mark, and it's just been amazing. Seen some really nice shots and guys fight them off.
Well, I tell you, the fact that Marjanovic is in the semifinals isn't necessarily a huge surprise. He is ranked 5th, but the bigger issue was he had a major decision last night against the number 2 ranked wrestler. He wound up winning that match 10-2, and that was I think a little bit of an eye opener for people.
Oh.
He had a great match.
Gregerson's behind, got a nice takedown. He had a front headlock or a front quarter Nelson and shucked it by and went behind him and lifted him up and brought him back down the mat.
The freshman said, "I don't care who you beat last night. This is today."
Yeah. It's a new day.
And I'm still coming after it. I don't care who you beat last night.
Gregerson's doing a nice job of riding, was looking for a near side tilt and didn't quite get him to his back, but he's still working on top with a 2-0 lead.
I tell you, you know what, Eddie? One of the interesting things, looking at some of these freshmen, the influx of really talented freshmen, of course, is not in the last year or two. It's been happening for a while. But what's newer, I think, is not only as we mentioned earlier, do they look more physically mature as freshmen, but some of these guys are really tough on the mat, and you didn't always see that for the freshmen. You might have seen them really tough on their feet, but some of these freshmen are coming in really tough on the mat now too.
Well, I think, we've had a lot of influx in high school wrestling over the years based on what was going on the college scenes. When Iowa was so tough, they pretty much dominated on their feet, and that's how they won so many national titles and Big Ten titles. So, the whole country started emulating the way that they were wrestling, and you saw just specifically kids wrestling more on their feet. Now you're seeing a lot more mat wrestling on the college ranks, and I think it's starting to trickle down to the high school level.
Well, right now, Gregerson's been feeling pretty comfortable on his feet, but Marjanovic is really in there tight. I tell you, Gregerson, he's really impressing me.
Yeah, he's another tough freshman in the semifinals of the state tournament.
Gregerson, the freshman, comes in at 32-3. He's in the white uniform. Marjanovic in the black and white uniform, 26-1, a junior.
Well, having 3 losses wrestling for Montini Catholic.
Mature beyond his years.
No. Marjanovic has been taking a couple of decent shots, but Gregerson is front quartered and snapped him down and gone behind twice now for takedowns. Yeah, this Gregerson's a solid wrestler.
Yeah, Montini, like we mentioned earlier with Brother Rice, Montini's got a good core of freshmen and sophomores on their team. Yeah. Oh, that's a nice snap. Can he finish it? Can Marjanovic finish it? That was a nice. Oh, wow, wow! What a great effort at countering.
It was a nice shock, and he was almost behind him, and he tried a little too hard to score those points instead of securing, getting behind his opponent and taking him down to the mat. Gregerson did a great job of countering it and ended up on top for an 8-3 lead.
I think if the score of the match wasn't 6-3 going into that scramble, maybe he doesn't try so hard. But with that deficit, maybe he tries a little harder than he would normally, and you're right, it cost him. Okay, we're going into the third period. And Red makes a smart choice. Montini chooses neutral rather than going underneath.
He's done a great job on his feet so far.
Why put yourself under if you don't need to?
He's real solid in the
He's only been in trouble once. He scrambled out of it nicely. That makes a lot of sense.
the Marion wrestler has to make something happen here pretty quick. He's running out of time and he needs 5 points. So Gregerson's doing a nice job of slowing down the pace. And oh,
that was a nice change off.
nice job to a single leg. He's going to try to finish off, but he went around the waist. Gregerson wizard and came back out to the front.
Boy, what a nice job.
He's back in on another single though. It's a hard-fought match, but Marjanovic just cannot score off his shots. He's been in 4 or 5 times and just hasn't been able to convert.
Well, I think you just hit the nail on the head. Gregerson has converted on a lot of his opportunities.
Gregerson has showed some great defense in this match. Marjanovic has been in on some nice shots, and Gregerson's been the one that's scoring. So, and here we go again with another shot, and Gregerson fighting it off. And well, it looks like this one Marjanovic is going to get.
Well, can he turn? I don't think he has time to cut him loose and take him down there. So the issue is, can he get a tilt? Can he get a turn?
Well, Coach Joey Gilbert, the first 4-time AA state champ in the state of Illinois, is telling his wrestler to cut him loose, but it doesn't look like he feels a little more comfortable trying to turn him than to get.
He's got 30 seconds left to try and get that turn to tie it up. It's 8-5 with 30 seconds left in this match.
Gregerson's going to be happy with just staying on the bottom with 24 seconds left and letting the time run out. So,
well, considering what we saw a couple of weights ago with a turn and a fall with 8 seconds left, I would guess he's going to be pretty conservative right there.
Well, he hasn't been called for stalling, so he really, literally does not have to do much of anything to win this match. 7 seconds left. He's going to be content to stay on bottom and make it to the finals.
Well, Ed, I think this might be our 4th weight in a row with a freshman in the finals.
Okay.
We're here at 135 pounds. It's just gotten started. We have Matt Bodges from Mount Prospect in the blue uniform. Gino Capizio
Next up on mat 2, semifinal bout. AA, Rob Fenico, Honolulu, Danny Monaco, Glenbar North, 140 semifinal, mat 2.
overtime on mat 6. Overtime, mat 6.
But he also has these guys for a lot of action. We haven't been real close yet.
No, I mean, they're both real solid with their defense and short offense. You can see right there, Capizio in on a halfway decent shot. Never really got the leg tight, but Bajas ends up, fighting him off, almost getting behind. Was able to scramble his way back to his feet. So we've got a lot of action and no scoring right now.
Oh,
and
boy, that was a nice shot. Can he finish? Can he finish? It's a great shot.
Needs to take his time and drive him down. Ran to the leg, gets his takedown, take him off the mat with
Nice job.
2-1 lead for Bajas.
That is a big takedown in this match, as effectively as both of these wrestlers have been at keeping their base and their balance.
Well, that was the first really deep shot that either of them have gotten off.
Bajas may wish you just cut him loose. Effectively what we've got.
Does a nice job of scrambling off the mat to only give up 1 point as opposed to a reversal. So we got a 2-2 tie here with 13 seconds left in the second period.
Well, that's going to put the pressure on Bajas to probably take down, so we'll get a chance to see what Capizio looks like on top. End of the second period, 2-2. Bajas has his choice, does choose down, and Capizio cuts him loose, gives him the escape point. So we're back on our feet. 3-2 lead for Bajas going into the start of the third period.
They're going to start on their feet. Capizio is going to just relinquish the 1 point escape, and for 2 minutes he needs to get a takedown to try to win this match. They're both fighting for head position, looking for an opening. I don't believe we've had any stalling warnings right now, so got a lot of hand fighting going on, looking for opportunities, but Bagas is doing a nice job of staying in position and keeping Capizio from getting a real solid shot off. And
well, this might be our first weight class without a freshman, because this semifinals had 3 seniors and a junior in it. So we finally break our string of freshmen in the finals. Oh, boy, both of these guys are solid.
Yeah, I mean it's a good solid match. I mean Bajas got the only takedown of the match, and it was the only real deep shot. So Capizio's looking to try to take a last-ditch shot and get that takedown and try to ride him out for the win. But
well, we're down to 45 seconds, so if Capizio has at least one good deep shot in him, he's going to have to get it off here pretty shortly.
Bagas is doing a great job of keeping Capizio from getting any kind of real serious shot on him. He hasn't been called for stalling. He's been doing a nice job of staying aggressive and hand fighting and taking a few shots himself. And Capizio will look to try to get one good shot off with 24 seconds left to try to win this match.
Yeah, Bagas has done a nice job of being conservative and a nice mixture of conservative and aggressive where he's needed to be.
He's done a great job of staying in good position. And
got 8 seconds left, and all he needs to do is back up now. He does not have to stay in position. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Boy, you got to give Capizio credit. He kept firing right up until the last second. What a nice scramble at the end.
You've got to give it to Capizio. He's a gamer. He didn't just give it up. He did whatever he could to try to score in those last 20 seconds. Unfortunately, it came up.
Terrific match between two really solid wrestlers.
All right, here we are at the 135-pound Class AA semifinal match. We'll have the senior from Grays Lake Central, Ryan Lund, going up against the senior from Lincoln Way Central, Josh Cradiville.
Ryan Lund, the first one we've announced today, has come from the preliminary round. Lund has a record of 44-4 now. He won his preliminary match against Nate Messenger. Then in his first round match, beat Josh Castellano of Fenton 10-6. And in his
hate to break you away here. Cradiville catches Lund and puts him to his back right away.
Wow, that was quick. I was looking down and he already had him for a 5-point move there. That's a big start for Cradiville.
So now he's exposed as the back again, getting more points. He'll get another 2. So he's ahead here 7-0. And we're just a minute underway in this first period.
Lund beat Castellano, like I said, of Fenton 10-6, and then in his quarterfinal round match, beat Ryan Early of Wheaton North 6-2. He is ranked 9th by Illinois Matman. Josh Cradiville, who is 36-0, beat Giuliano from DeKalb 5-2 in his first round match, and beat Majka from St. Rita 10-2 in his quarterfinal round match.
So Cradiville in control here, under a minute left to go. He's up 7-0 over Lund. Mentioned Cradiville, no losses on the season. Ranked first at 135 pounds. Top half of the bracket we have here is there's going to be some blood time maybe?
I think so. It looked like there was.
So we're back under action here. 20 seconds left to go.
Cradiville gets another 2 there, just like kind of a cheap tilt there, able to really look like he's not in control, but able to get back points again. Pretty impressive. He's looked unbelievable here in the first period, just really taking it to Lund.
The first period comes to end, 9-0 in favor of Josh Cradiville. It'll be Cradiville's choice. He'll go down. Lund's going to show the optional start. I think he might try for a headlock here. Yep. Comes around to the front, grabs the head and the arm. He's going to have to throw it. So far, Lund just hanging on to the head and arm here. Tries to roll through it, and he does. Almost catches Cradiville. Cradiville rolls back out of it and comes around, grabs a leg.
Cradiville once again gets the reversal there and continues to add on to his lead, now 11-0. He's looked impressive this whole tournament, especially the last match against John Majka. It was a match I think a lot of people thought would be close. Majka ranked 5th at 135 pounds, but Cradiville just took it to him, winning 10-2 and looking very impressive in the process. He really has looked good throughout, and in this match really showing his dominance.
So a minute left to go now in the second period. Score 11-0.
Cradiville, of course, the runner-up last year at 125 pounds, losing to John Starzyk of Providence in the finals. You know that he wants to get revenge for that loss and come up with a state championship.
Right, we'll get back to action here. 52 seconds left to go. Cradiville shows the ref he'll let him go, so it's 11-1. Cradiville shoots in now, comes back out as Lund sprawled. Shoots back in and grabs the leg. Cradiville tried body locking him and tossing him, but that didn't work, so he goes down. Another 2 points for Cradiville. 13-1 with 30 seconds left to go now in the second period.
he's just constantly on the attack. He wasn't able to get a good shot the first time, came out and just went right back to him again. I mean, just really being the aggressor. We've seen that from the guys that have won their matches. For the most part, it seems that they're the guys that are on the aggressive. They're the guys that are setting the pace in the match and able to wrestle their style and really able to take advantage of their opponent.
Second period about ready to come to an end in favor of Josh Cradival, 13-1. It'll be Lund's choice for the third. He looks over to his coach. Coach says, take whatever you want. Gave him a couple of options.
When you're down 13-1, it's kind of tough. I mean, there's not really a place where you're going to feel comfortable at, and I think that's what the Grays Lake coach and Lund thought. Neither of them, I think, were sure where to go, and that will do it, I believe, here as Cradival takes him right to his back here. Now the only question is pin or tech fall.
I think he's going to get the tech fall. Only no. Oh, yeah, he'll get it. Referee only gives it 2 points. So he's going to move on to the finals at 135 pounds. The senior from Lincoln Way Central, Josh Cradival. All right, here we go with the 140-pound Class AA semifinal match. We'll have the senior from Rock Island High School, Reese Taylor, going up against the senior from Wheaton North, Eric Terrazas.
Reese Taylor got here by beating Jack Dengel of Oak Park River Forest with a fall in 1:27, and then had probably the upset of the tournament so far, beating Lee Munster of Grant, who was undefeated coming into this match and the defending state champion. Beat him 7-6 in a fantastic match last night. So he comes here with a lot of momentum. Meanwhile, Eric Terrazas came from the preliminary round, beat Mike Collins of O'Fallon 13-5 in that round, beat Elias Larson of Chicago Heights Marion 3-2 in the first round, and beat Mark Griffin of Glenbard South 10-8 in the quarterfinals.
Terrazas ranked second in the state by Illinois Matmen. Taylor ranked sixth.
Taylor was very impressive against Munster, taking him down with 3 double-leg takedowns, and they were textbook double-leg takedowns. Very, very quick about it and very smooth. I mean, he was very impressive in that match against Munster, and we'll see if he's able to get in on Terrazas and to be able to use the great double leg that he has.
Talking about that Munster match that happened last night, they had a chance to see each other in the Sycamore Finals. Munster came out on top over Taylor by a score of 8-5, so Taylor got a chance to know exactly what was going to be coming at him last night, and I think that helped tremendously.
I think it did too. It helps, I think, for the guy that lost a lot of times, especially if it was a decently close match, to know the mistakes he made and to be able to correct those the next times and kind of see where your opponent took advantage of you. And Taylor must have done that and did a fantastic job last night and being the aggressor and getting those 3 fantastic double leg takedowns.
First period about ready to come to an end, no score. Reese Taylor from Rock Island in the red singlet. Terraz from Wheaton North in the white singlet. Be Taylor's choice. He chooses down to start the second period. Second period gets underway. Taylor stands up to his feet. Terraz follows him. And then he comes out and gets the point. So 1-0 in favor of Reese Taylor from Rock Island High School. Both men locked up now in the center.
There's no question that Terrazas' coaches have told him about Taylor's double leg. It'll be real big for Taylor to set it up very well here, because I'm sure his coaches have told him, he's got a great double leg takedown. Make sure you look out for that. And so it'll be, if Taylor's able to set it up well, though, he's still going to be able to pull it off. We'll see if he's able to finish it here.
Taylor's 2 losses, like we talked about in the beginning of the year, were against Munster at the Sycamore tournament. Then he also lost to Josh Cradaville, who we just saw earlier at the 135-pound semifinal match. Terrazas has, like I mentioned, 4 losses. One of them to Monaco, Danny Monaco of Glenbard.
Who was also in the semifinals at 140, wrestling on the mat right across from him.
He's wrestling Rob Fenico of Rockton Hananiga. Another loss came at the Dvorak tournament against Moore of Iowa City West, who I believe is ranked nationally. He lost that one 2-0. So about 35 seconds left to go in the second period. 1-0 in favor of Reese Taylor. As they go out of bounds, referee Gregory Brooks.
Seems like a similar match to the Ramos match we saw earlier. Neither wrestler really taken a fantastic shot yet. Both on the edge of the mat are willing to take shots, but nothing in the middle yet for either of them, although Taylor really trying to set up that double leg and not able to do it yet.
Ten seconds left to go, both men. Taylor tried to drop down for a shot. Terrazas blocks him. Second period comes to an end. Taylor gets hit with stalling.
Looks like he's going to see if he can ride him a little bit here, and then maybe if he realizes he's not going to be able to go back on his feet and try to get the takedown.
So as they work out of bounds, 1-0. Come back to the center with 1:51 left to go. Taylor on top. Not a whole lot of action going on. Taylor better be careful. He's going to have to work something coming off the hips.
Yeah, it's just especially right considering he has already been warned for stalling, so he's going to have to at least look like he's working a pinning combination.
As they go out of bounds with 1:11 left to go in the match.
Taylor looks pretty confident there on top. He looks like he's able to ride him, but like you said, he's to do something to get off the hips there. He's going to have to work some sort of combination here.
So 1-0. Wrestling resumes. Terrazas stands up. Reese just lets him go. So we're tied up 1-1 with under a minute left to go now. Both men just kind of hanging on to each other. 35 seconds left. Working the edge of the mat.
Terrazas didn't take a great shot there, but it was one just to kind of show that he's the one that's taking the shot. So Taylor's going to have to get on the aggressive here, otherwise he's going to be in trouble again.
He shoots in now. Taylor holds on to him. 10 seconds left to go. Might have another overtime. Maybe. Taylor comes around, grabs a leg. 3, 2, 1. That's going to do it, so we're going to go into overtime now. We'll throw 1 minute up on the clock, like we mentioned before. First score will win. Keep in mind, Reese Taylor has been warned for stalling. Taylor now drops down, tries to shoot in. Now Terrace does the same thing, but they work the edge of the mat.
Pretty good scramble there going on, but once again, kind of on the edge of the mat, so both wrestlers still not able to do anything in the center of the mat.
So 30 seconds left to go in the overtime period. Score tied at 1 in the first overtime period. First point scores wins the match. Reese Taylor's been warned for stalling. Taylor from Rock Island. Taraz from Wheaton North. He tries to scoot around here by the edge of the mat. No control. 5 seconds left to go. Taylor tries to pull Taraz back in. And the first overtime period comes to an end. So now we'll get the flip. Flip goes to Taylor. He looks to his coach. He'll choose down.
This will be interesting here in double overtime because Taylor was the one that was able to ride Terrazas for almost a whole minute in the second period, and he got out right away when he chose down. So it would seem to be advantage Taylor, but you never know.
Taylor comes up right away and gets the point, so he's up 2-1. Remember, it's not a first point scored situation now. We're going to wrestle a minute no matter what. First set, 30 seconds, and then another set of 30 seconds. And if we're tied after that, we'll go to the first point scored. We'll get the choice. In that case, it was Reese Taylor who scored the first point, so he'll have choice to start that overtime period. Rouse tries to come up. Reese Taylor grabs onto the ankle, brings him back down. Holding him here with 15 seconds left to go.
Of course, remember that he was warned for stalling, so he can't get warned again here. Otherwise, we have a tie match on our hands. So if he comes to his feet, he's got to bring him back to the mat. Otherwise, he's going to get that call again. So
Draws trying to do the switch here. Taylor re-switches and is going to hang on now. No points. That's it. Reese Taylor is going to move on to the finals at 140 pounds.
And we are at 140 pounds of the AA Semifinals 2008 IHSA State Meet, and we've got two seniors going at it trying to get a spot in the finals. We've got Rob Fennicle from Hononegah in the purple uniform. The slight favorite in this match, Danny Monaco from Glenbard North, ranked third. Again, both of these seniors, Fennicle in purple, Monaco in black.
I think both of these wrestlers are a little bit better than their records show. I mean, they both wrestle real solid schedules. And, you know, Glenbard North has left the state a couple of times this year and saw competition outside of Illinois. So
Out in the Ironman tournament in Ohio and those kinds of tournaments.
yeah, I know that they wrestle in a team tournament up in Wisconsin. Cheesehead too, I believe. I think they went this year, but I know they did go the Ironman. See a little cat and mouse game here until someone can, try to set up a really deep shot. It's a nice shot by Monaco.
That's a tough position.
Fennicle's got good position on him right now. If he keeps his hips square, he's going to keep him down in that position at the very,
Oh, nice elbow pop.
That's a great technique.
Man.
Great technique.
What a nice job. What a nice job. hitting that duck with that hard elbow throw.
Yeah, it was a great technique. Shucked him by, got the double leg, and came around for the takedown.
And a nice time for it, because there was very little time left, and we just ended the first period with that takedown for a 2-0 lead for Danny Monaco. He chooses down to start the second period, and if we had instant replay, we'd be showing that right now, because that was a terrific finish from underneath in a bad position.
Yeah, that's some real solid technique from there. I mean, Fenical had some nice defense on it. He was squaring his hips, and Monaco, you know, shucked that arm by and went to a double and finished it. Now it looks like he's going to score his escape and go ahead 3-0 in the second period. Got both wrestlers trying to fight for position and look to get a shot. Monaco took another shot. Fenical in on a nice double leg. They go off the mat. They'll be back up on their feet.
We've got a blood or injury timeout. No, we don't. Okay, we're back in the center of the mat.
Look like a referee timeout.
Got a minute and a half left in the second period. Score is still 3-0 in favor of Monaco in the black singlet.
Fenical looked for a 2-on-1 shuck. Doesn't quite get around the backside.
Nice idea, came close.
Monaco's got head position on it. It's going to be tough to do. Monaco takes another shot. Fenical's trying to run around the back to get a takedown. They go out of bounds. Two solid wrestlers, Mark.
Yeah, it's they're both pretty tough defensively.
Well, the semifinals have not disappointed. I mean, if you make it to the semifinals in the Illinois State tournament, you're a pretty darn good wrestler any way you cut it.
Oh boy, I tell you, Fenical's in trouble. Not only is Monaco close to scoring, but Fenical's on his back. Oh man. Oh, and there's some back points.
Takedown and
he waited a little. You know what? He waited about 2 or 3 seconds too long to bail out of that, and that really that puts the match out of reach unless there's a fall.
5-point move. And
wow, 7-0. He waited just a couple of seconds too long to bail.
Well, I believe it should be 7-1. It's 7-0 on the scoreboard, but he should have gotten an escape after being on his back. Yeah, there it is. 7-1 now. Monaco back in on a single leg, and they're on the edge. And
well, that just put the match in from an aggressive standpoint to a I can wrestle a little bit conservative standpoint for Monaco now.
Oh. There's 10 seconds left in the second period. Still a lot of time left, but that is in the semifinals of the state tournament. That's a pretty big margin.
There's a few wrestlers here that might still be wrestling for style points with a lead like this, but for the most part, you just want to get to the finals healthy without any major surprises in the third period.
Well, the biggest mistake Monaco can make is not staying aggressive at this point. With a 7-1 lead and Fenical on the bottom, if Fenical can escape, it's going to be a 5-point match, and you know anything could happen at that point. And Monaco's looking pretty tough on top right now.
He's staying low. He can't stay there for too long, and the refs will hit him for it. But he's staying low and a little more on the conservative side, which isn't bad from on top.
Yeah, well, he needs to move up, and I'm surprised the referees haven't, stopped the match and called for stalling. But he does a nice job of getting an inside Turk. He's trying to move up and get more back points on Fenical. It looks like.
I tell you what, if he can keep those legs tied up for a little while, he'll chew up most of this period. Whether he gets back points or not, he'll chew up most of this period, which would be just fine with him.
Unfortunately, he didn't get up high enough in the leg, and Fenical was able to move forward and get out of it. And now they're back into a.
Okay, Fenical has now made it a 5-point move. It's 7-2 in favor of Monaco, and Fenical, if he has a 5-point move in him.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout. Monaco seems to be hurt on the edge of the mat.
Although I haven't seen anything so far in this match that would lead me to believe that either wrestler is going to take the other one down to his back.
Well, it happens. It had to happen to somebody. Unfortunately, it happened to me. But in the semifinals here, this Monaco looks like he's got a A nice 5-point lead and is doing a nice job of fighting on his feet. Fennekel needs to get something going real quick with a minute left in this period. Oh, and Fennekel was trying for a gator roll, trying to put Monaco on his back, and he does a nice job of not giving up.
I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a job on both guys' part to throw that, and for Monaco to not get rolled, and for Fennekel to come out of it without even being scored on.
Wow. Fennekel actually gets the technique, but off the mat.
Yeah, maybe I spoke a little too soon.
Well, it was probably about, I don't know, 6-7 years ago in the NCAA finals. This Rob Roan, I believe, from Lehigh was losing by about 12 points and ended up doing that same move and pinning the guy in the finals. So it obviously could happen anytime.
Overtime on mat number 5. Reach Taylor, Rock Island, Eric Rivera, East North. Mat 5.
Class A 160-pound wrestlers report to mat 1, Shea Baker.
Class A results at 140 pounds. Class A results at 140. Zach Wilson Benton by decision 1-0. Wilson Benton by decision 1-0. Ty Taylor Princeton by decision 9-5. Taylor Princeton, decision 9-5.
Next up on mat number 4, Lance Fisker, Edwardsville, Joe Walker, Elton, mat 4. Semifinal bout, 152, Ryan Hulker, Dundee Crown, Nick Bingenbeimer, Belvedere. Mat number 2. Next up on mat number 3, Mark Denver, Blackboard, Danny Watson, Batavia. Mat number 3.
6. Class AA results at 140. In the semifinals, Reese Taylor, Rock Island, 2-1, overtime, tiebreaker. Taylor of Rock Island, 2-1 in overtime. Danny Monaco, Glenbard North, 7-4. Monaco, Glenbard North, 7-4. In the wrestlebacks, AA 140, quarterfinal result. Elias Larson of Marion Catholic, 7-2. Larson, Marion Catholic, 7-2. And Kyle Lohman, Ottawa, 8-2. Lohman, Ottawa, 8-2.
All right, Dan, here we go with the 145-pound Class AA semifinal match. We'll have Vince Ramos, the senior from Glenbard North, going up against the senior from Quincy, Lamar Hickman.
Vince Ramos is 43-2. He won his first-round match against Scott Carlson from Wakanda 17-5. And then in his quarterfinal round match, beat Jake Holler of Sandburg 12-3. Lamar Hickman is 39-3. He beat Dan Martin from Oak Park River Forest 7-6 in his first round match and beat Miguel Roa of St. Ignatius with a fall in 5-17 in his quarterfinal match. Neither wrestler doing a whole lot here. Both of them still kind of trying to feel each other out in the middle of the mat here. Ramos looking like he wants to press the issue a bit here.
So under a minute now. No score.
Ramos seeming pretty comfortable with the upper body, but so does Hickman up there. So Ramos doesn't seem to have an advantage by going upper body. Hickman seems to be pretty comfortable up there too. So we'll see what happens.
.25 seconds left to go in the first period. 145-pound. Winner of this will meet Nick Proctor of Naquan Valley or Isaiah Gonzalez of Montini. That match is going on the other mat right now as we speak. They're in the third period there. Back to our mat, no score between Ramos and Hickman. Second period will be Hickman's choice. He'll choose down. So we'll start the second period scoreless. Ramos covers.
Ramos got that armbar in pretty deep there. We'll see if he's able to. Nope, loses the arm there. He's still got it pretty good though.
We have to keep turning here. Still trying to work the armbar. He's had it in for a good 40 seconds now.
Well, the worst case scenario out of this, even if he doesn't score any points, he's been able to kind of wear down Hickman as Hickman tries to fight off the armbar. And of course, Hickman's not scoring any points being under there. So if he's not able to score off of it, it looks like a pinning combination, so the ref's not going to call stalling. He may call stalemate, which he does.
So 55 seconds left, no score. Stalemate stops the match. So Ramos back on top now.
Got that armbar in there again. I mean, he really has been able to get that in there. He hasn't been able to turn him with it yet, but it's really turning out to be a good way to ride him.
20 seconds left to go in the second period. We mentioned Ramos has pretty much just rode Hickman out here. As they go out of bounds with 13 seconds left. It'll be Ramos's choice for the third. Be interesting to see what he chooses. Normally, like we mentioned before in his brother's earlier match, the Ramos brothers are good on their feet, but with no score, you might want to go down and try to get that escape point and then try to work something from your feet.
I agree. If he thinks at all he's going to be able to get out, he's got to pick bottom, and that's a big advantage to have that lead in the third period.
6 seconds left to go in the second. No score. 145-pound semifinal match. Match resumes. Ramos rides on top. That's going to do it. Looks over to the coaches. Coaches point down. So we'll start the third with no score. Vince Ramos, the senior, 43-2 from Glenbard North, chooses down. Lamar Hickman, the senior, 39-3 covers. 2 minutes to find out to see who danced tonight in the finals.
Ramos, of course, finished third last year at 140 pounds, looking to get a state championship here at 145.
So he gets out. 1-0 in favor of Vince Ramos. See what he can do from his feet here. See how Hickman responds.
Big point in the match here, obviously, but if Ramos gets a takedown here, he can pretty much put it away. So that's what he's got to be thinking. He's got to be thinking, if I can get a good shot here and finish it, I can pretty much put this match on ice. And Hickman's thinking that if he's able to get a good shot here and a takedown, worst case scenario, if Ramos gets an escape, we're tied. But it looks like Ramos is the aggressor here and gets the takedown. So a really big takedown in this match, especially considering Ramos has been able to ride Hickman very well, riding him throughout the whole second period. It's a good thing this is in college, because he would sure have that point for riding time.
That's another thing I want to discuss with you about that. There's been some rumors floating that they might want to integrate that into high school wrestling. I don't.
Wow, I'm glad I'm out of school because, boy, I don't think I would have, if you could have added up all my riding time in 4 years, I don't know if I would have had enough to get any bonus points.
So 3-0 with 25 seconds left to go. The 145-pound semifinal match. The winner moves on to the finals and will face Isaiah Gonzalez of Montini as he defeated Nick Proctor of Naco Valley in the other semifinal match, the bottom half of the bracket. 15 seconds now. Hickman tries to get out, stands up, does get the point, so it's 3-1 with 10 seconds. Ramos just has to hold on. He has the front headlock now. 5 seconds. I don't think anything's going to happen with Hickman as he gets 2 points there as time expires. So Vince Ramos, the senior, will move on to the finals at 145 pounds.